My job is working with IBM to promote this notion of what we call smarter cities. And I'm not going to give you, an overview of what that means at this particular point, as Bill knows, because I'll be here for another hour, and we're actually trying to compress this session. But very, very proud to be working with organizations like iCanada and the ICF movement, because we believe what is going on here is very important to get to what we call smarter cities. It's a very important part of the infrastructure to allow us to enable cities to be far more effective in how they use an increasing amount of data to solve particular business challenges, to reduce costs, to become a lot more proactive in how they deal with their infrastructure. So very important partnership that we have here. In fact, recently, I was involved with a number of individuals in this room. One of the cities in Canada who was working through to develop a plan, an intelligent community plan, and I was really pleased to see that last week Council approved the plan, and I'm sure you'll very quickly see them on the map, and hopefully be here the next time to tell the stories that we're going to hear in a very brief short time from now. So I would like to start the program off. We're going to hear about what a number of these communities have been doing from a point of view of an intelligent community, from a smarter city, and just to put a little bit of the IBM tone on it, from an IBM Smarter Cities perspective, we've actually put some money on the table, working with 100 communities around the world to help them get on to what we call a Smarter Cities journey. They put in a proposal. The proposal will have some major problem, major issue that the community is wrestling with. And if it can fit into a smart city context, which is really all about taking data and turning that into insight and then leveraging that insight for much better decisions, IBM then takes half a dozen experts, puts them on the ground for 3 weeks, and basically at the end of the day creates a strategy and a report. We've done 3 of them in Canada so far, and we're very pleased to have at the table today Mary Martin, who's representing the city of Surrey. We've got a number of Intelligent Community Forum winners and who really showed how their communities have come together to promote the use of this technology in very creative ways. So what we're going to hear are 4 stories. Each of them have a particular unique set of approaches, but they're all success stories. So what I'd like to do is save a little bit of time here. I see the clock is telling me that I still have 5 minutes, but I won't use it. I know Bill will give me a medal later for doing that. And so let's start off. What I'd like to do is first of all is introduce Mary Martin, who's a councillor for Surrey, BC, and ask her if she would mind talk a little bit about what they've done in their community. Mary?
Thank you very much, John, and good morning, everyone. And as John mentioned, I'm Councillor Mary Martin from the City of Surrey. I have been a councillor for the past 8 years, and Surrey is the second largest city in British Columbia, soon to be larger than Vancouver, already landmass larger than Vancouver, population-wise predicted by 2016-2018. We will be the largest city in British Columbia. So, saying that, we have 1,000 people moving into our city each and every month, so you can just imagine. And we have the largest population of youth in the province, and some come from very vulnerable situations. And so it was important for us to establish partnerships within our service providers within our city. So when we became aware of the IBM Smarter Cities Challenge grant, it was important for our city staff and for mayor and council to recognize that we needed the data to improve the sharing with the partners that are already established within our city. I hope they're getting the slides up. Thank you for that. Improving the health outcomes for our residents and an integrated decision-making across range of services that are already established, but also to find innovative ways in order for us to move forward with our children. And it was important for us to have the facts and the data, what exactly we had in place, and how we move forward in establishing those links. So the foundation for the success lies within are committed partnerships, and that's with the Ministry of Children and Early Development within the province, the United Way of the Lower Mainland in British Columbia, and the Fraser Health, which is part of our health provider services, of course the City of Surrey, and the Healthy Community Partnership Committee, which is what I chair in the City of Surrey. So the city developed strategies, and we invested in child and youth-friendly city strategy, our crime reduction strategy, which we work very closely with our RCMP, our Build Surrey program, which is an incredible program. We've built many community centers and parks and recreation centers, knowing that it's important for our children to be able to utilize. Our child care gap assessment, and the Kensington Prairie Community Center, it established the Early Years Hub, and it's really an interesting, I live basically around the corner from Kensington Prairie. It was an old heritage school, and it was literally falling apart. Nobody knew what to do with the Kensington Prairie, and so the City of Surrey decided to purchase the property, rebuilt it, continued making it a heritage site, but it is a beautiful facility now that is for early years, early years hub, and it's really an incredible program. So 6 IBM staff, as John mentioned earlier, spent 3 weeks with our city. They were amazing people. They did 60 interviews with our city staff, with mayor and council, with RCMP, with the school district, the Surrey Board of Trade, and many of our other service providers that have already been established within our city, and came up with some recommendations for our city in order to move forward. And I'm going to go quite quickly because I know that you want to not waste so much time, but it's really important understanding and investing in our early childhood development, and this needs to be fully addressed in every jurisdiction across the country. And Surrey has this now an opportunity to be the model in early childhood development. You know, you see, fundamentally, it is our very young who need those grassroots of their ABCs, their 1, 2, 3s, the social connectivity before they even enter kindergarten. So from 0 to 5 years of age, we know that they need that to be established within their realm, and so ultimately they can be successful in life. So we know that childcare, proper childcare, health and nutrition, safety, community and culture, socialization, and physical activity are key pieces for their success in life. So starting with the early development instrument as a common metric, our team used the Smarter Cities Challenge approach and methodology. They did their interviews. They did their how we access the programs that are already available. They did the research, and their recommendations came up with, and we can skip a number of slides and go right to recommendations, was to establish an early childhood development leadership strategy for the City of Surrey, an ECD program framework, improve data gathering and sharing for ECD, implement analytics-driven decision-making, optimize existing ECD resources, and enhance citizen access and engagement. That was one of the key factors, was citizen access, as how does the public get to know what services are already there, and where can they find them? An awful lot of people we found out don't use the internet, which is because all of the services are on our internet system. But so how do we do that? How do we engage the citizens, and how can we help them to get to those services that are already there? So they suggested that we form a Surrey Centre of Excellence for Early Years, and I'm proud to say that we just did a workshop. It was held on Friday. We engaged all of those providers, RCMP, school district, etc. And so we are now establishing a Surrey Centre of Excellence and that's thanks to the IBM Challenge Grant. So when you exchange ideas with other organizations across the city and become partners with them and sharing commonalities, you have success. And we're very proud to be part of the Smarter Cities Challenge winners. Thank you for having me this morning.
Thank you. Thank you, Councillor. We certainly enjoyed working with your city. We're very proud of the fact that your mayor has been very aggressive to put these goals and objectives into play, and for all of your citizens to see the progress. It's a very difficult issue, a very complex set of data and collaboration that needs to occur. So thank you very much for being part of that. Appreciate the story.